Let's talk about crossovers. I'm sure we all know what the basic idea of these crossovers are like. Different characters from different shows or movies meeting each other. And when it comes to fan fiction, the idea of crossovers are just freaking endless. And it really shows in the videos we're going to be talking about today. For a bit of context, let's talk about the channel behind these videos, Art Spear Entertainment. This channel is run by two people in Australia named Rita and Joe. They mainly animate over recent movie trailers, but add a lot more gags and stuff. And for what they are, they're pretty good. But today, we're going over a series of crossover videos they called the Super Bowl Saga, which consists of the Superhero Bowl, the Supervillain Bowl, then the Super Showdown Bowl. Can't think of any transitions right now, so let's get into it.
Oh my god.
Something very familiar about this.
Must be a new version of the Matrix.
Ooh.
So the idea here is pretty basic. A bunch of movie characters have been taken to an arena and are forced to fight each other. One being for superheroes like Spider-Man, Indiana Jones, Luke Skywalker, James Bond, Batman, those guys from Star Trek, that ink face guy, and eye patch guy. And the other being for super villains like Harley Quinn, Dr. Evil from Austin Powers, the Wicked Witch of the West, King Kong, Thanos, some Jaw guy, some Beetlejuice guy, some witch, I think. Is that Clayface from Batman? I really don't watch enough movies, do I? Anyway, I'm not going to be spending too long on this segment because there's really not too much for me to talk about here. They're mainly a bunch of gags, fighting, and interactions between a bunch of movie characters. But it definitely does work for what it's trying to be, and some of the interactions are pretty fun. Ever wanted to see the Riddler go up to Gollum and ask him about riddles? Or two of the Jokers interacting? Or a bunch of horror movie villains stabbing each other in the back? Or Darth Vader slaughtering a bunch of aliens? Or the Flash wedging Quicksilver, and I'm sure I've already made my point already. Oh, or Nebula sneezing on Steppenwolf thinking it was gonna kill him, or Deadpool stabbing Green Lantern in the heart, or Wonder Woman asking Captain America to trade shields, or Maleficent boasting about her wings to Vulture and Archangel. Alright, I'll stop, jeez. But some of my favorite interactions had to be where Batman was fascinated by a lightsaber from Star Wars and asking if it came in black. 'Cause of course he would. Loki's little one-time Marvel villain seminar he had. And Magneto from the X-Men taking a bunch of metal objects from various characters and putting it in Godzilla's mouth. As you could probably see from earlier, there's even little interactions going on in the background. It's neat. As for the animation, well, the characters definitely look nice, and they really replicated them nicely here. And the animation can still get nicely fast-paced for gags and action scenes and stuff. And for a channel only run by two people, the voice acting isn't too bad either. Like the designs, they really do try to keep them accurate to the actual characters. Anyway, Rita and Joe also did making of videos to these videos, and I honestly think they'll do a much better job of going into detail there, so check those out. But yeah, I'm pretty much done here. Like I said, there really wasn't too much for me to talk about here. Unlike the next video we're going to be talking about.
Everyone shut up.
Shut up! Black Widow's talking!
We have to make a choice. We can continue to fight each other, kill each other, die, over and over. Or we can fight him, just this once, and live.
After being the winner of the Supervillain Bowl, Harley Quinn gets beamed up into a ball thing and meets Deadpool, the winner of the Superhero Bowl. That's when they meet the mastermind behind all this, Oscar. Oscar then not only tells him that they're just fictional movie characters, but he also tells him that he's been doing all these crazy fights for freaking years by just regenerating all the heroes and villains with no memory of what happened last time. But while that was going on, Jean Grey from the X-Men was able to telepathically eavesdrop on them and warn Professor X. Dr. Manhattan and Vision eventually show up, and Professor X informs Nightcrawler to gather all the heroes and villains into the one room. Cut to the next episode where we see everyone together, and Dr. Manhattan explains to everyone what's going on. So apparently this guy's been a frequent winner of the superhero bowls and had the truth revealed to him many times. And luckily he was able to keep his memories in between respawns and saw a chain of events leading him to where they are now. He also says that in order to escape the planet they're on, they have to defeat Oscar, which will remove the barrier surrounding the planet. One motivational speech from Black Widow later, which I already showed you as a transition to this segment, and everyone teleports out to face up against Oscar. But that's much easier said than done, seeing as Oscar not only has all their powers, but he completely wipes the freaking floor with everyone. It seems that no matter how hard everyone tries, or even what they try, doesn't have any effect on Oscar, and it could make you wonder how they're gonna beat him. However, they eventually discover something Oscar has been hiding. The Wasp flies around Oscar for a bit and eventually spots a scratch on his heel. After everyone ponders what could have caused said scratch, this Goblin King guy from Labyrinth says the only way to figure it out is by time travel. Marty McFly and Doc Brown then show up, and with a few other time-traveling characters, they head off to the past to find out what caused the scratch. After a few time travel shenanigans that I'll admit I didn't really feel went anywhere, the gang finally finds the right timeline they need to go to and discover that the Riddler's golden cane was the cause of Oscar's scratch. That's right, people. Oscar's weakness is gold. Bit strange and goofy, but Art Spear's videos are already very goofy as is, so I'm just gonna let this slide, honestly. They go back in time and tell everyone his weakness, and while it works at first, it wasn't enough to fully kill him. That's when Shuri from Black Panther suggests that it could be like a peanut allergy. You know, if you're allergic to peanuts and one touches you, you could get a rash, but if you swallow a peanut, you could freaking die. So they decide to use the ring from, well, Lord of the Rings, but it's eventually stolen by who else but Gollum. Well, after it was stolen by Harley Quinn, who was corrupt by the thing. Some of the heroes then try to restrain Oscar, only for some of the orb things to come down and kill all the characters. Now, I can imagine some people questioning why Oscar didn't just do this earlier, but seeing as he was wiping the freaking floor with everyone earlier, I kind of see this as more of a last-minute thing as he was currently being overpowered. Oh, and side note, some of them do try to fight back against the orb, so even if he did do that earlier, they would probably just fight back anyway. Just saying. Then Oscar pulls a freaking Infinity War and snaps what I assume to be half of the remaining characters left, as the remaining characters still try to hold down Oscar. It gets pretty exciting, not gonna lie. The remaining characters eventually get their hands on the ring after Gollum was conveniently snapped away. It's shot into Oscar's mouth, and Oscar is done for. But as you can see, they lost quite a few heroes in the fight. There's still a bit of hope though, seeing as there's still one more orb left, which was foreshadowed in an earlier joke. Mystique from the X-Men then pulls an Oscar face, tries to convince the orb to regenerate everyone, and it works. I especially love how all the heroes and villains just make up at the end. It's pretty cute. Even Deadpool and Harley Quinn became a couple. But then they all wonder, where are they gonna go now? Well, after Superman suggests they shouldn't go to Earth because of all the superhumans they have, Ego from Guardians of the Galaxy suggests they make their own planet. Deadpool suggests they call it Fanfictasia. They all leave, as we pan out to see more arenas on the planet, where we get to see a variety of other characters fight, from video games, cartoons, anime, puppets, even some weirder ones like board games, Mary Poppins, and even cereal. We get a bit of sass from the comic book guy from The Simpsons, as we pan up to see a bunch of other characters fighting each other, putting a nice little end to the Super Bowl saga. Alright, they had that. Well, once that series wraps up, I'll eventually get to it. Yeah, when it comes to the story, I do find it to be a bit flawed in some areas. Mainly because there were a lot of gags and stuff that never really went anywhere. But I guess that's understandable because not only the previous two videos, but any of Art Spear's videos never really focused much on a story. And I still found not just this video, but the whole saga to be pretty. The interactions were neat, the fightings were fast-paced and fun, and the character designs, voice acting were spot on. I could see a lot of effort being put into these videos, and it's easy to tell that Rita and Joe really know about the movies. Much better than I do anyway. So if you haven't already, please check these videos out, and please go support Art Spirit Entertainment. They really deserve it. Anyway, that's the end of the video, but I just gotta make this quick announcement. So I'm going to be taking a break from the CC review series for a while, just so I can think of more ideas. I mean, I do have a pretty big list of ideas right now, but I just don't want to waste every single one of them right now. So I'm going to be taking a break from the series for a while, just so I can gather some more ideas. But I'll still be making other videos, don't worry. But this CC review series, I'm going to be taking a break from. Hope you understand, and goodbye, I guess. Okay, bye.